Have you ever thought of the term "you have to think above your problem"? And how many of you, or let me speak to you individually, if you're not if you're not understanding that term, it could sound frustrating, right? Like you're saying, well, what do you mean by I have to think above my problem? I have to be above my problem. I want to try to give you an example that's gonna, I want to ride with parables um and see if this will help you out a little bit. Um, think of the crab bucket formula, the crab bucket example. All right. Let's say you are a crab and you want to go outside the bucket. You want to go back into the water, to the freedom of water, to the ocean, and just do your thing and do whatever you was doing. When you're in the bucket, you can't do that. You're stuck in this bucket, and everybody else is in that bucket. Okay, so what's happening is that every crab around you is used to that bucket. They got comfortable with it. They're okay with it. And what happens is that their mentality is surrounded by that bucket. That bucket could be everything from, patriotism to religion to the way you eat, how you live your life, how you marry, the culture that you grew up around, and you don't think outside of that. Okay, that bucket is what you call a belief system. It's or it's a daily habit that's been passed down from one generation to another. Okay, so uh, what happens is that you are this crab with the rest of every other crabs, and you decide you don't want to be part of that bucket anymore. You're like, you know what? I don't want to get boiled in water and eaten, eaten alive or burnt, cooked alive, whatever the case. I choose to get out of this bucket. And so what happens is that you ask your fellow crabs, you say, hey, I'm planning on getting out of this bucket. You want to come with me? And they say, hey, what are you talking about? This is our bucket. This is where we belong. This is where we're supposed to be at. This is the ideal, the par if you don't understand what a paradigm is basically a set of belief system that you surround yourself with. It could have been something that you was born into. It could have been something that you led yourself into later in life, and you're surrounded by that mentality, and therefore you take it in, and it becomes your I am. Your I am is your identity, and come to find out, you're saying, well, I see crabs around me, I must be a crab. So therefore you continue to claim and believe that you are a crab. But here's the thing, and this is why I always state that, when someone says, well, you cannot bunch everyone up in a group, well, why can't I? It's not that I do not bunch everyone up in a group. It's just that I'm only stating what they tell me. For example, if you say, well, I'm an American, but I don't believe in the red, white, and blue, and I don't believe in the American flag. Well, how could you not? Because when you say you're an American, you have taken in the bucket mentality surrounding that flag. or surround. I mean, mind you, I know some of you guys said, well, that's, you're challenging an individual thought pattern. But how can you have an individual thought pattern when your I am, when you took the identity of yourself, the individualism of you, you took it away and you plugged yourself into this consciousness that you see around you? You're seeing crabs around you. What else do you think you are? You are looking around you and you see crabs. You look around you and you see, let's say, black people, you start to believe you're black. Or you're surrounded by white people, you start to believe you're white. And so what happens, you start to take in what you're seeing around you, and you take in the bucket mentality that you are listening to, you're hearing, you're seeing, you put that in your I am, and then you become that. Therefore, even though you want to leave, you don't want to leave at the same time. It's like a conflicting feeling, right? Behind you, like, oh, I want to go, but I don't want to go. I want to go, I don't want to go. Change, I think that part of changing is hard. That's what bring in the pain of change. Like I don't want to go, I don't want to leave, but I got to leave because I want to better myself. But then you have to deal with the crowds around you. You know how the thought patterns say that people always look at and stare at and make fun of those who are different? Well, what happens is when you stop saying that your I am is a crab, you start to say, I'm not a crab anymore. As a matter of fact, I am an ant. I have the ability to use my legs to crawl out of this little this crab of that's surrounding me. I have to think above this creation that gave me these legs that doesn't have the capability of crawling out. So I have to think above what I am that is keeping me in this bucket. So what else out there can I be? What type of identity can I take in? What type of a mentality my I am can plug into that's going to get me out of this bucket mentality? How about I be an ant? Or better yet, how about I become a butterfly or a bird? Well, here's the thing. I would love to be a bird. I would love to be a butterfly. But the thing is that I'm afraid of heights. So I have to increase my paradigm, or I have to increase my thought patterns to be able to be okay with heights before I can fly. But in the meantime, where I'm at right now, I think I'm more comfortable just getting out of this darn bucket. So what you're doing is you are changing your thought pattern. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. He becomes what he thinks about. You start to think and know and believe that you are an ant. So in the meantime, you're a bucket. You're this crab. You're like, hey, I'm an ant. They don't see you as an ant. You don't see yourself as an ant, but you try to convince yourself that you're an ant. I'm an ant and I'm going to get out of this bucket. They look at you, they're like, ha ha, what are you talking about? You're so crazy. You're not an ant. You're a crab, just like the rest of us. That's the term I have a pet peeve of, the rest of us. The rest of us. I hate that term, the rest of us. I really do. But they look at you, they say, you're like the rest of us. You're stuck in this bucket. You're going to stay in this bucket for the rest of your life. Okay? What they're doing is, without knowing, is that they're imposing a family curse on you because they are cursing you from being able to express the trueness that you are, that God created you to be, because they're afraid of their own God self. They're afraid to be. They're afraid to become. They're afraid to have the being that they desire to be. They are afraid to have their mind as they think, so are they. So they're going to they're going to become what they see themselves around. This is why I feel like the biblical scripture keep reminding us, saying, live by faith and not by sight, because your sight around you is showing you a bucket. And because you're afraid of this bucket keep getting taller and taller and taller and taller and tall. And these crabs, they're so, that's all you hear. You can't hear nothing else. There's such noise. And you're sitting there saying, but I want to be an ant. I want to think above the crab. I want to get out of this damn bucket. How can I get out of this bucket? See, that's the difference. The first one is you're complaining that you're in a bucket. I'm in this dang on bucket. How the hell can I get out? I'm in this bucket. How can I get out? Oh, I'm sick and tired of this bucket. I'm sick and tired of being around these crabs. These crabs make me sick. And they couldn't find out. You get an epiphany. You be quiet. You be still, and you know your I am. You be still. You say, huh? Bing! The light comes on. How about you go from a crab to an ant? Jeez, why didn't I think of that before? You say. And then you say, you know what? I am an ant. Ants can build things. Ants have built things. As a matter of fact, you can put ants on water, think you drown them, and they'll make an island to float. Ants are they're the most versatile machines in the world. Nothing can take down an ant unless you literally cook them. So, or squish them. So the ant is very intelligent. The ant's going to figure out a way. They're going to work together as a team to build themselves out of this crowd. You got to think like this. So how do you think like that? So see, what you got to watch out for is you got to watch out for the paradigms around you. They live by sight, live by sight, live by sight. You're a crab. You're a crab. Talk like a crab. Look like a crab. Shut up and be a crab. That's all you hear around you. And then they watch their news that says they go in traffic and all they hear is the star sound is so freaking annoying. Everybody talking about the same old over and over again. So you say, you know what? I want to hear what a rat sounds like. And a rat, they start to say, let's build it. Let's build something. Let's get out of here. Let's build us a kingdom. So you become a rat. I mean, not rat. Ant. Sorry. You become an ant, and come to find out, you start to adapt the state of mind that enables you to know how to crawl out of the bucket. But watch out, you're surrounded by crabs. The crabs say, where is he at? I don't see him. I don't see him anywhere. I don't know. Just state your name in the things. So and so and so was just here yesterday. Yeah, I swear I saw him. Where did he go? Where did she go? I don't know. And while they're looking around trying to figure out where you're at, you're this little bitty easy winsy binsy ant with big ideals, huge ideals, so much huge ideals that you're able to crawl out of the bucket without them even seeing you crawl up in the bucket. They're so busy. Sound like Facebook. That they can't even see this little bitty ant crawling out of the bucket. Now watch out. Now you're an ant. Now you gotta watch out for the feelings that you're gonna get from leaving your family. You're not leaving them physically. You're leaving them mentally and spiritually. You're crawling out of the bucket. This bucket has been your home for so long. This bucket has been in your family's tradition for generations and generations. Why are you leaving? Why are you leaving us? They would say. They finally see you, but you're almost out of the bucket. Now, before you even reach over the top, they always say, don't look back, don't look back. But you look back, you're like, you're backsliding now. Ooh, look at that. You're backsliding now. You're looking back. You're looking behind you. Remind me of that story in the Bible of Sodom and Gomorrah where, I don't know this character's name. Sorry, apologize. But, so, I think her name was Sarah, was it? I don't know. Forgive me. I don't know. I forgot. Totally forgot. But you guys know what it is if you read the part where they were running from the city and the city was being burnt down. See, that's a metaphor. Don't look back, the Creator said. But you look back and all those feelings just rush upon you. And you disappear from the graduated state of mind that you graduated to. And all of a sudden it goes away. And you're all upset, you're all angry, you're like, man, I was just there, man, what the heck? And you look at the crabs, and they're like, come back, come back to us. Please come back to us. You're like, I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry, sister, brother, niece, nephew, uncles, aunties. I'm sorry, grandmother, grandfather, nanny, Pat, or whatever, Pop, or whoever you call it. I'm so sorry. I have to be my God self. I have to be the desire that Mark 11, chapter 24th verse was talking about. I have became the desire that I want for my life. And come to find out, I'm becoming that now. I see it. I see the promised land. You guys come with me. You guys don't have to just stay down there. Come with me. Come on, let's go. What are you talking about? You're crazy. You're insane. You're in a scam. You're brainwashed. What cult did you join? They would say. Last week you were so intelligent because you said everything that we agreed with, and now you're taking us out of our paradigm. You're taking us out of our bucket. What is wrong with you? Get back over here right now, or else. Or else what? You will see God. Or else what? And so, come to find out this bucket, you see the promised land, you see the ocean, the beautiful ocean. You look back at the crab bucket, and you know their fate. Their fate is that they're gonna destroy their lives away from what God told them. You know, God says that I gave you life and I give you more abundantly, but in that bucket there's no abundance. There's slavery and there's pain and horror and torture and CNN and Fox News and the food industry and the pharmaceutical industry and the medical industrial complex. That's all there. That's back there. They want you to live in that world. They want you to repeat the process over and 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 over again. Because it looks good, it feels good at the surface. And then they're going to buy themselves to oblivion on Black Friday, and they're going to have to pay their credit card bills off every new year, and then they're going to repeat the process again and again and again and again and again and again and again. It's so predictable that the bases keep making money off of them again and again and again and again, and they're going to continue doing it again and then again and then again and again and again. And you see this, and you say, enough! Enough of this! I don't want to go back into the bucket! But they want you to go back in the bucket. You don't want to go back in the bucket. Then you turn around and you see the ocean. You're like, I'm sorry. I got to go. I got things to do. I got things that I want to do. But come to find out, when you go to the top of the bucket, you're no longer an ant anymore. Now you done graduated. Because now you become a butterfly. Or whatever that flies, a bird. Or eagle. Let's say eagle. I like eagles. Eagles soar. Birds fly in a group. You know, eagles soar. Oh! So I say this all this in an animated way because I hope that they gave you an example of what a paradigm is. The bucket is the paradigm. The ocean is also a paradigm. The ocean is vast upon measure. The sand is vast upon measure. You can't even count how much grains of sand on the beach, can you? Try it. Give it a shot. Just give it a wild guess. How much gallons of water is in all the oceans? Can you guess? It's unlimited. It's unlimited. See, that is a paradigm. That is a paradigm, my friends. The bucket, I know how many crabs in the bucket. I know I'm going to eat them all. Because they're stuck in there and they don't want to go anywhere. You know, they say big things comes in small packages. Why do they say that? Well, I think they say that because going back to that scripture where it says, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you could tell the mountains to be moved. Unfortunately, a lot of people took that literal, but I think it's a metaphor. Again, why do you think 1% of the world population controls 99% of the money supply and all of the resources there is? Because that 1% of the mustard seed is telling the 99% to be moved. They say you move here, you move there. Well, how can they do that? Well, you're looking at the same people who believe that their life is dictated by politics. Their life is dictated by what the news says. Their life is dictated by what the president says and what their mayor says and what their governor says. See, they're having their life be moved by a 1% that controls these entities. So what are you? Are you an ant that can crawl out of the bucket, or are you that crab that's going to continue over and over again? Over and over again. What sounds better to you? The of the crabs or the of the eagle? Which one are you? I like the It sounds so intimidating. Like the prey down on the ground know it's coming. They scramble around like there's no, no tomorrow. So the paradigm is the bucket versus the ocean. You have to be above the problem. You have to become the ant while in the bucket. The challenge is knowing for a fact that you are not in the bucket, but you're outside the bucket. And that is my take on the difference of paradigms and why they always say you have to be above the problem. In other words, if you're living in a bucket and you see yourself as a crab, I encourage you to stop being a scavenger, feeding off the pieces and leftovers. And I suggest you start to eat four-course meals and think like an ant and think like an eagle. I know I'm comparing apples and oranges with the ant and eagle thing, but work with me here. Think above the issue. Write down your desire and become that. Become that character. Be the prop of your agenda. Why? Because agenda is this. It's a visionary that thinks and believes and knows that they are their vision. Because the rest of everyone else, they're being perished because they fail to gain more knowledge and vision. Gain more knowledge and vision, my friend. Hope that helped you out. If this gave you some value, let me know in the comments below. And find us on all the channels that you see on the video there. Thank you so much. This was my joint here for T Fitness. Love you guys. Namaste.